I'll get to take a look at those trophies. Get my way. What's up, Zileric? Ah, here we go. Doing battle trophies is the one that has. Oh, I didn't know this happened. I like when I was farming. What is it? This one? I accidentally got the fire one the other day. With that, yeah, I only got the fire one. Like when I went to go get the stuff I needed for the last pendulum. Shit. Let's see. Metatron, not even close. Avatar, not even close. Alex, not even close. Europa, not even close. Shiva, not even close. Almost at 1,000 for Celeste Omega. Almost at 1,000 for Yugu Omega. At 1,000 for. Yeah, most of these are probably gonna be at almost 1,000. Yeah. Where are the six dragons? Are. Alright. Dragons. I still think that I almost beaten him 30 times. I get back to fighting him. I wish this gave you just like a Revan weapon or something at the end of it. Finish. Strike time. Not strike time. He finished my full autos of at least my Magna 3s. And then we'll full auto Willness. I wonder if they'll give. Do you think they'll give the other six dragons a Manatura? Because we have Lua and Willness, right? Will they be? I don't know, but I think it'd be kind of cool having little minis of the six dragons just floating. Not that I'll ever see them because I'll always just use a skin. All right. I'm just gonna rebuild all these into functions, and then we'll just fix the functions as we go along. Honestly, just can't be bothered. I think I should just make everything functions from now on. I'm just gonna get annoyed. They could, but if they give them all matter, it would only be fair to also give all of them shield, considering Fidel and Galleon. Like going for them, place the Manataras that Wellness and Lua have. Oh, I forgot about the shields. Valid point. Hmm. I mean, it's still not like out of the question. Maybe they could end up giving all of them shields and Manataras, but I guess in that case it would be more of a question of, since two of them have shields and two of them have Manataras, do you think they have plans of adding like another system for that to give the other two? Or do you think the other two would, like, one would get a Manatara, one would get a shield in the future? Because I personally don't think they're done with the like Manatara shield like system. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we see one more like main row class that uses something, some sort of system like that, and then another maybe one of the EX2 classes could get it with whenever they give those upgrades, because I'm pretty sure they'll get an EX3 at some point. Oh, is it? Oh, I need to do better at taking, like, turn that stuff off and stream. It's because usually like I autopilot, I'll like raid and stream, close OBS. So that function works. That works. Next. All right, this is where I think we started having problems. When I tried running it before. So we're going to turn it into a function and then work on it. Oh, also, I was kind of concerned because I was like, oh no, the moving thing is going to overlap with Guild Wars. And then I remembered that, no, it doesn't. Because Guild Wars is on the 22nd through the 29th, and my parents are heading over on like the 24th to go visit my brother's family. And then they said it was probably going to take about a week because they have to do the final like house inspection. And then they'd be back like the first week of February or something. So then we could finish packing and move the house. Because if everything lines up properly, we should be like all done like moving stuff by like the 14th of February. Something like that is what they wanted. But basically, it means Guild Wars is still on the menu, baby. Which means my dreams of exam file. My dreams of getting the second stage of the Guild Wars skin is still alive. So we're winning. Okay, this is the thing where we started having problems. Yeah. So why is this an issue now? I think the problem is in this for loop. We'll have to see like, where the problem comes in. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely like going into this for loop. Why though? Like, what's the problem here? So we have with open of the exam file all as exam points, right? Then for exam and exam points. Wait, is this the problem? That might be the problem actually. It might actually be the problem. Might not, but it's not the first time I've had it is the problem. Is it? It's not doing this. But it's doing something now, right? We're not getting the error message anymore. And we'll get the third one, considering they made it for even the bare bones 150 mil to get the second full set of 6. I think it might just depend on statistics. Like if they have a way to keep track of like how many people have it, which I'm assuming they do, because they have ways to keep track of who's done what for the Eternals and uncaps and stuff like that they like to do for the slides. They might just look and be like, okay, a good amount of like maybe the medium grinders, like people like me that'll do like half in one Guild Wars if we feel like it. Like if we have it, then maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if by either the halfway point or like the fourth, maybe the third or fourth Guild Wars, they decide to put in the last stage. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they just waited, because unlike the first two stages, we have no idea what the third stage looks like. So it might also just be a case that they don't really know what they want to do with the third stage yet. And so them, planning around it taking that long, like just doing the bare minimum, is probably also a way to give themselves time to come up with a design they like to put in. There's multiple different things. I don't know where this is. This also doesn't return anything. Okay, yeah, that was the problem. Okay, which is a problem I had in a different. I don't remember if it was an exercise or one of my side projects where I accidentally made, like, I think it was a library or not a library, a list, the same name as something in the in here, and it caused problems. Go back to that. I was gonna try to flip it because I was like, I like this being exam points better, but no. Actually, I should just name this exam grade instead. Actually, yeah. All right, so that was that. All right, I'm glad that was this. Man, they ain't wrong when they say to take a break when you get frustrated. Well, to be fair, I think if I'd started, because I was planning on turning this all into functions, right? I think if I just started doing that, I would have figured it out eventually. Because it's so much nicer to try to like figure shit out when you're dealing with functions than it is when it's like one whole thing. Yeah, but I still find it so funny how it's like meh snake meh, and then like the only team comp I've been able to find, because over the weekends I've tried like different team comps with Kengo setups to clear to like solo Chev, and none of them do it. They always the best ones died at like 10%. I've only been able to full solo it with like Snake. Well, no, I think I had one other setup, but it was like my team would be like half dead. Like I'd make it through with like MC and like one of the backline characters like just barely alive. But generally, this lineup like makes it through without much problems. Oh, wake up, Snake. Yeah, fun times. I won't lie. I will say I was kind of like surprised when they did the Guild Wars skin, because you could technically argue the Eternal skin is like quote unquote a Guild Wars skin because you can only get the Eternals from Guild Wars. Well, not anymore, Dread Barrage, but like intrinsically they were tied to Guild Wars before. Even though Dread Barrage feels like the ignored side cousin of the game. I feel like it's like whenever they're just like, what are we gonna put in it? They just add Dread Barrage. Okay, here we go. I forgot to test these. This will be good testing. Oh wait, right. Okay, yeah, that works. Means this should work just fine. Things like that can make you realize what's wrong. Well, I mean, I kind of do. It's why like if like when I'm reading through code, I say it out loud. But then sometimes it's just that like my brain kind of doesn't register. Like what was it? yesterday. To be fair, sometimes when I wasn't talking yesterday, was my mic was muted and I was cussing up a storm while talking out what I was doing. But yeah, I tend to talk a lot. To be fair, it's I used to be self conscious of that, and then I started streaming because well, kind of hard to explain. Yeah, no, I'm talking to people. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not talking to monitors. I'm not crazy. I used to get real self conscious when like someone would open the door to go to the garage, and I'd be like, oh shit, they're gonna hear me talking. I sound like I'm crazy. But yeah, no, it's just sometimes like a lot of times when I hit the problems right with coding, because I notice it myself. Days like today's are kind of rough because I skip lunch on days I don't work out, which is every 3 days. Because I do like 2 workout days and then like a rest day, and it sometimes doesn't pan out very well when I have to do something where I have to think. To be fair, with the coding thing, I've been grabbing like a snack just to have something to fuel the brain juices, but it's definitely a case of like, you know, skip food, run in. Wednesday was just an outlier because I it's just like because it's like part of the issue is like I have this really bad habit where I expect myself to be better faster than realistically I should be expecting because like what's today's date? The 16th. Yeah, today is literally like I think the 2 month mark. I don't think that my VODs are there for that long. Oh wait, I can check on YouTube. I think today, like or one of these like recent days was literally the 2 month mark for when I started doing this. Realistically, I don't know uh how good like I've been doing. Like I don't know if I've been average or whatever because the only people I know that code are people who've been doing it for a long time. And half the times I just feel like a moron because I'm like just doing like one course, right? And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like for instance, the MIT thing, like that's a full college course. So there's people taking that course and juggling all the other courses they have to take. Let's see, tell you Boogaloo was here. Oh no, it's been more than 2 months. It's like 2 months and some change. Oh wait, no, that's December. Oh, let's see, November. Turning Bear. Oh no, we still haven't hit the 2 month mark. November 22nd was when we started. Oh wait. No. Oh, it's because some of these are showing me. No, 16th. 16th. Yeah. Yeah, so today. Today is the 2 month mark when I first started learning Python. And I expect myself it's because I was going because sometimes the thumbnail and the thing was showing like the Python thing, and then sometimes it would just show my starting soon screen, so I had to like read the titles. So, yeah. Actually I was on the dot. Yeah. And sometimes it's like this is a bad habit. I do it in everything. I do it in games. It's one of the reasons I get so frustrated in Apex. Well, Apex now it's more like I honestly I have 1800 plus hours. I think I'm getting close to like 1900 hours in that game. Like I should be better uh than I am, but when your gaming history isn't very FPS heavy and there's just a lot going on in Apex. Apex is like one of the probably hardest FPS games to get into if you don't regularly play FPS games because there's so many things that you have to juggle and keep track of in that game. But yeah, I think part of it is also the I need to find a good tempo. It's like I have this weird thing where I'm trying to find a good tempo of time spent working on it plus break time. Because when I started doing that, right, because before, right, I'd just do straight full time of just studying, and I could tell that was at the beginning it wasn't so bad because everything was so basic. I was like, oh, I understand all this stuff, but I could tell that once I started doing the more complicated stuff, especially with the side projects, I was like, oh, this is not good because my brain's starting to like fizzle out really badly. I started doing the breaks, which I started with 50 minutes and 10-minute break, but then that started lining up with where when I would figure something out is when the break would start. So I didn't like it. So now we're at like 1 hour 45 minutes. I might pull it back and maybe try like 1 hour and like 20 minutes, and then do like a 15-minute break or something. I don't know. I gotta find like a pretty decent little wiggle room because that also affects it pretty badly, honestly. Part of it is also just like I kind of mentioned it yesterday, right? Where I don't regret struggling on the problem. What I regret was wasting more time than I should have struggling on that problem because it was a very abstract problem to try to help you like problem solve. And like those types of problems aren't bad, honestly. It's just it was kind of weird. It was kind of threw for a loop because none of what you learned prior to that problem was actually like completely necessary. Like it obviously gave you options, but uh it's like right the end answer that I found that I was like, oh, this is really good. It used slicing. Like it didn't use any tuples, didn't use any matrices, didn't use any nested loops. And it was a very clean, efficient, like well, in my opinion, efficient, but it was a very clean solution to the thing. Like, and I really should have just I should have just stopped at like around 2 hours, like an hour and a half to 2 hours of banging my head in, because then I was just being inefficient. Then I was just making myself frustrated for no reason. And that's it's kind of hard to tell because like as someone who's particularly stubborn, I just want to know what it is. But it's that's just not how it works. But yeah, I have actually trivia. So I have like two speakers on my desk, one on each side, right? Of my two monitors, and on one side, I have a Nessie that was gotten off of my throne by one of my mods, just randomly. I think he got. I think it was like. I think it was during like spring of last year. I have a little Nessie, so cute. So getting head pets right now, and he's on my left, and on my right, I have a bear that's almost as old as I am. I have a little beanie baby bear. Doesn't have the tag, so I can't resell him. Not that I would anyway. But I've had this thing since I was like 5 years old, and I was honestly surprised when I was like opening boxes here, and I saw him and just like honestly like borderline mint condition. I think he's got a little like fuzziness on some parts, but I'm pretty sure if I like showed it and I was just like, yeah, no, I got this like last week, it'd be believable because he's just in really good condition. Wouldn't say mint because not even close to mint. There's, he's got some fuzziness from use and stuff because, as a kid. But I was really surprised and made me a little sentimental. So I put him on my other speaker and he just sits there and he looks at me. He's tan colored though. He's not cool colored, but it's acceptable. I guess I need to. This needs to be executed into a name list or like a name variable. But we'll figure that out in a bit. But yes, I do talk to them though. Nessie not so much because I keep forgetting he's here. Nessie gets head pats whenever I get up and off of like whenever I like get up from my computer and I sit down at my computer, he gets head pats. So when I play Apex, I look at him and I'm like, why you no help? Why you just sit there and stare at me? Why you no help me aim? But the bear definitely we've had conversations. I also have a big great white like it's in a container somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it is. I have a big great white plushie from SeaWorld a long time ago. I got one of those. I think it was for their birthday or something. That's gonna be probably one of the nice things for the new house is that it's got plenty of space. I'll probably be able to go through some of those old boxes that we always had to have in storage and kind of dig out some of the stuff. And there we'll probably actually sit down and go through it and toss out and give away what shouldn't be needed. But yeah. Yeah, a lot of it is just it's just I gotta learn like when to step away from something and like do something else for a bit, right? To kind of like let your brain reset. Because when it gets hung up on a point, especially when you're just like it should be working and then it's not working, like I have a real bad habit where I don't want to like stop. Like I want to keep brute forcing it, but that's like the worst thing you can do, right? It's like when you're trying to put a bolt into something and it gets stuck, and instead of like pulling it out to see like if there's something in there you need to clean or if there's some sort of issue, like did it get, did the threads get fucked up when someone like they get stripped or something when it happened before, blah blah blah. You try to like force it in and usually you end up like breaking the bolt half the time, stuff like that. Like it's kind of like that, just in your mind, in your brain. All right, so we're gonna do this be called I need to pass in total exercise as well. Yeah, it's just I don't know, hiding parts of my own personality, stubbornness, something that hasn't gotten tempered too much by age. Is a list containing no, not a list, it's a dictionary. Is key and name value. Yeah, I guess like part of it is just I've been around computers for so long that like, well, I'm still relatively new to coding, like, because honestly, I went from knowing like realistically absolutely nothing to being able to spit out functions and stuff and put these loops together that work, and not necessarily for just exercises, right? Because I mean, I built the GBF calculator, which to someone who knows what they're doing, it probably looks like kind of whatever, but as someone, well, I mean, I did that like I think a month in. And to be fair, even looking back at it now, I'm just like, man, I could do that like 10 times better if I did it now, which I might. I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to slap my mic. I'm half tempted that when I'm done doing all this stuff, like that calculator might end up being more than just Magna 3. I've debated maybe making it like a Magna 3 calculator, Ultimate Mastery, Revin material calculator, and then I had another idea and that's like out of my like I was probably gonna make it relatively more complicated than it is now. But there's also other projects I want to work on, so I don't know if like I'm still kind of debating if I'll do that or not, because like I'd like to get to like do something with APIs and stuff just to get that into it. But like I was debating that like I could do that and then look into those places where it's like you can set up a website for free and then just like set it up there and just like kind of learn how to make that work and then maybe toss that out into the wild and be like, here, use it if you would like. Oh, Snake's probably gonna die. Nice file. Student E and um value. I don't remember for a second what this one does. Also, I thoroughly enjoyed doing like doc strings and stuff. I don't know, like something I really like about coding is that in general, like a lot of the steps, at least I would say, that's where the MIT program does really well, in my opinion. Is the they do a real good job of kind of, I guess, like if you're, at least if your brain's receptive to it, of like being like, you should be right, like take the time to write comments and doc strings, and you're like, well, why? And they're just like, well, because we're just gonna full auto over here, and I'll fish for like writing down doc strings and comments and stuff because it's just a good habit to get into. Oh, you're right. That's why it's not, because I don't have auto pick set for this. Uh, because like when you come back to things later, and I think the biggest thing that kind of like really cemented that uh was the fact that my side projects, right? I was just like, I'll do those on Fridays, so that means I go almost an entire week before I touch them again. Sometimes I look at them over the weekend just to be like, what can I do here? Uh, or if like there's like a, like say I stopped on a Friday where I was like, oh, this is just like finishing rewriting stuff. I'll like finish writing it on a weekend and then close it and stuff like that. But I almost go like an entire week before I touch it again. So then I like having all the comments and stuff like that and the doc strings just to remember what everything was doing and where I left off. Great. Like honestly, really good. But like the MIT course like did a really good job of it's like being like, well, why should I oh fuck those. I'll at least turn on. Well, I don't really think I'll be one pounding the level 80 stuff again. I need to find a replacement for Octa. Or I hate having to turn it off for full auto just to turn it back on again on a different one. I forgot that he was in this comp. I think Yuna used to have the song on her playlist or something. Sounds familiar. What does this do? These are dictionaries. I need to make sure these work. Like this works as intended though. So that means time to do some stuff. Ooh. Hmm. I have to rename that. Maybe I should call. Should I just call it students? I should call it students, not names, because it's going to cause issues. Actually, students might also cause problems. Oh no, it's fine. As I recalled using the word students for something, but it's in the name one, so it's fine. Uh, Xer total. Oh no, Xer. I was also debating on what is it? Part of that's gonna be dependent more so on uh like after work, but Kuma Q, that stinky bum. She has this cute little like bear VTuber model that she got. I'd have to see if they still make them, but I was thinking of maybe grabbing one of those and setting that up so you can see my emotions when I'm dancing to music. I don't know, it'll make a big difference. I just know that like the motion on it looked really cute. I liked the model design on it, but if I had to choose between buying that and buying Monster Hunter World Wilds, you best believe we mon hunting in this household. But yeah. Okay. We have the students, the exercise amount, which is all we really need for this. This needs to return extra point. And we print grade with students and account. Name with exercise points. ID, number of points. ID, number of points. Break time. Or no, 10-minute timer. Realistically speaking, probably like on Wednesday instead of doing the MOOC, I should have either worked on my side project or I should have worked or I should have just no, I should have worked on a side project, right? But I got to wake up early, so I was like kind of tired, and it was just like no bueno. Like if I had just worked on a side project, probably would have been better because I could have taken it at my own pace and I could have just worked on different things instead of like feeling like I had to be so hung up on something. I still probably would have wasted like an hour and a half to 2 hours on a different day being frustrated, but just food for thought. Oh my god, actually looking at this reminded me. The worst part about running Diaspora with Alex is that since I manual it, I have to hit her skill 3 every turn because she basically Ogies every turn, and then I have to keep track of her blades so I can hit her 4 on time. Because there's definitely been a couple runs where I forget and I don't hit her 4 when she's been at like 10 blades for like 30 years. I see this is from 150, 155 plus. We'll just keep full autoing 160. It should be. Oh, 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 oh. I will say I find it so interesting that all the elements but fire. Well, like the fire was gonna be like the last zodiac to get a second, like the last element to get a second zodiac. Like I'm honestly surprised that light and earth or light and dark both got theirs before fire did. Because I think the wasn't the original order fire, wind, earth, water, light, dark, or was wind the first one? No, I think Anira was the first zodiac, wasn't she? 2014. 2015. I know Vajra was definitely after the first three. I think yeah, Mahira I'm pretty sure was also after. 2016. Yeah, I think yeah, Sheep I'm pretty sure was the first one. I'm kind of surprised it's gonna end up being. I wonder if it was on purpose. Like if that was a decision they made. They're just like, you know what, we started with fire. Let's just end with fire at some point. Though to be fair, I also feel like for the second set they just went with whatever. Because they went what? It was like if I remember correctly, it was like what? Cow, Dala, bunny, into dragon, into now snake. So they also didn't really like they kind of had it going a second, right? They went like wind into earth, and then they went into light, and then into water, and then into dark. The suspicion once Cal came in as a seventh zodiac, since they didn't start the second rotation fire, that they were going to end with fire. So the full set of 12 would start and end with fire. Yeah, I saw a lot of theories about that when like this, I saw some of them like pop up when Cal came out, and then as soon as Sadala came out after, they're like, oh yeah, no, it's for sure ending on fire. Because what like I saw a lot of people saying. I'm curious, but I don't know. Like I have a because like with side games, I feel like you just never know when something kind of just ends up being that way, or when something is like planned so far in advance. Mostly because they have way too many happy accidents. They have way too many times where they're just like, oh shit, that worked out. Oh. Oh, we have a whole year before Horse comes out. I'm kind of curious what like weapon they'll use though. Like for yeah, for like in the actual like model, if they'll use a weapon, because I mean, dragons out there using a fan. Well, bare hands, I think technically on the actual sprite. Yeah, because Indira had a staff. Indira has the polearm. Naginata. Cal has a motorcycle. The Dallas have the squeaky hammer. And Dala has like an actual weapon also. Like she's actually using her what's a I think it's like actually technically a sword. Yeah, she's got her like venom sword. Kambir is just swinging a giant piece of fucking bamboo at people. Because why not? Yeah, Mahira was drums. Or two snow chickens if you're if you're using the holiday version. I used that so much when I got that. Makura has two katanas. Yeah, I think Alia is just I don't think she actually holds a weapon on the sprite. Really. She might hold the fan. I know her art, she's holding the little fan thing. So she might actually use it on the sprite. It's just too small to really pick out. Vajra has a katana. Obviously, Vikala has her little trap thing. So I'm kind of curious what horse might be. I feel like it might be a bow. Because we don't have any ranged weapon holders for the Zodiacs now that I'm looking at them. Actually, no, I take that back. I hope horse has an axe. Like that noise. The hell with the ranged weapons. None of them use an axe. I want horse. I need horse since it's fire. I need it to live up to what I need, which is muscular with a big axe and just looks amazing. That's all I need. That's all I'm asking for. Side games, please. I'm begging you. Please. 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 You robbed us with Tiger because they had such a oh my god, the other designs when they showed off the other designs for Tiger, like I remember some people in Reddit were like, we were robbed. There's so many good designs. To be fair, like I don't particularly mind the twins either. But like, oh, there's just so many good designs. Hammers get thrown to the X category. Oh, you're right, and I hate that you're right. Oh, no. Do they? I don't even think they have axes as a thing. Do they? Oh, they do. They're axe melee. Wait, why do the tigers and the rat share weapon typings? The Kala's also axe melee. Does Dormouse count as a melee? Does Dormouse count as like a fisticuff in their book? No, my axe dreams. My axe dreams were given to two fucking midgets. Two tiny tigers. I'm devastated. I'm crying. Uh, sobs in a corner. I'm still hoping at some like to be fair, they have like 20 different ways they could do it. They could make it a seasonal version. They could literally do the stupid little fantasy thing that they randomly pull out whenever they feel like it. Uh, just I would not mind having a version of Sadala that's the whatchamacallit. It'll be the like their Super Saiyan transformation, whatever that was called in Dragon Ball. Where's Goku when I need him? So you can tell me what it's called. The fusion? Yeah, there we go. The fusion, huh? Tiger form? I liked that form. That form was actually kind of nice. I dug it. I dug it. All right, so this works. Next. Just slowly turning all of these into functions. From now on, I'm just going to continue to ignore everything else. And just make anything that's like multi-steps, just turn them into functions. Oops. All right, so you need names, and you need exam points and exercise points. So then in here, we need exam plus equal exam calc. Exam file. So then this needs to pull students and well, everything really. Exercise amount. Jesus Christ. Yo, my dog is getting old. He's already snoring. Again. He's so old. We got them 12 years. He just passed out over there. Alright, so this is exam list plus excerpt ID numbers. It'll just return total points. Students, exercise amount, and exam list. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have. Oops. Because these are values that need to get initialized. And then here, could I have done this in that file of turning them into functions? Yes. But the fact that, you know, one of the things was like bricking and things weren't working properly, it was honest. I shit you not. Even though I've only been doing this for like 2 months, seeing it be that long and not just be functions just like irked the crap out of me. Like it just annoyed me. So it just looked so bad to me. I couldn't even tell you why, honestly. I don't know. I just like the way functions look. Like it's just I can't even explain. Just thinking about this, just thinking about looking at this and having to like work through it to fix things. Like like it just makes me want to like lovingly pat my desk, like I do when I play Apex. It's so bad. I need to write doc strings for all these though. Remember to do that. Okay, so we need names. We need total score, which we don't need this anymore because we do it up here. So we get rid of this. Oh, it's students. Get rid of that. And then total points gets put here. So then we just place all of this with total points. And this should return final grade. Then we print grade, total students, and total points. Okay, here we go. Oh, because I need to change it into an integer, don't I? Wait, no, it shouldn't be integers, shouldn't it? Oh no, I didn't turn it into integers here. Wait, no. This should just be a dictionary where the value is an integer, no? Oh, because it needs to use the ID number. Right, I accidentally deleted that. I mean, int and a dictionary. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's because I accidentally deleted ID number on everything. I'm trolling. Copy. Nice. Oh no, not nice. Everything is 5. I have to look that to go handle that in a second. Okay, so why are all of you 5? Okay. So print total points. Ooh, I got something got messed up along the way. Extra points. Where did I fumble? Okay, so exercise points is 5, 6, 8. Which should be the case. Which means the total points is where the math gets fumbled a bit. Exam list is 9, 11, and 14. Oh wait, does it get Oh, wait, no, it's in students. Yeah, so it's students, it shouldn't matter because it's not going to take this. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, it's because I did exercise amount and not exercise points. That's why. No, it still comes out as 5. Why? Why are these so high? I say the exam list, I think, comes out the right numbers. 9, 11, 14. Pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. 9, 11, 14. Okay, so the exam list is correct, which means the extra points is probably where the fumble is. No, the exercise points are fine, which means there's just something wrong in here. Yeah, because the exercise points is 5, 6, and 8. It's 21, 27, 35. It's supposed to just be the integer, so it's going to round down. Yeah, there's 5. 6, and then the next one should come out with 8. Yeah, so these are correct. And these are correct. But then the total points is coming back as 30. Right? See? 30, 38, 29. Why? Yeah, 9, 11, 14. That's correct. Wait, why is extra points? Did I mess up the names? No. 21, 27, 35. So this is why it's coming out as 30, 38, and 49. Is because for some reason, extra points is not matching up. But they work here. So there's something with how I have this set up. For ID number in students, actually, I'm like actually really confused right now. Because down here, right, it's printing the right values. which is 5, 6, and 8. But up here, it's printing 30, 38, and 49. Why? For ID number and students. I want to bump up the definition. Okay. So if we put this before the for loop, does it still come back with the wrong answer? Oh, it can't even work before the for loop. Right. Because then it won't know what the ID number is. One four five six seven eight. 14567. 14699. Those are the ID numbers. And I think it's only running the oh my god, I hate that. And it should only be running the 3 times. Yeah, it's only running the 3 times. So it's not running more than it's supposed to. So somewhere it's like not mathing correctly. Yeah, but it still pulls. Why are you pulling 21, 20? Wait, it's pulling the. It's pulling the actual number of this. It's pulling the amount. Why? Why is it pulling the amount here? It didn't dawn on me till now that it was pulling the values of the number of exercises they completed. Because I was trying to figure out what was the correlation. Because I was like, well, 21, 27, 35, like. Okay, that's really weird. Why is it going out to, it shouldn't be going out to the global scope though. Even if it was, there is no global scale that reaches that. Wait, no, like, why is it actually doing that? Hold up. Like, wait a second, what? Why is it pulling the exercise number? Because the exercise points work. Yeah, 5, 6, 8. I'm actually really confused. Like, it shouldn't pull this from, like, it shouldn't be pulling those values, right? Because it's here, right? Because we're looking at total grade. Oh, never mind. Here it is. Here's the problem. It's because I'm dumb. It's because I used extra amount. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I knew probably if you worked backwards, you'd find it. Hello. Check everything. Okay, now it should work. There we go. 013. All right. Now that we have a usable function, we're gonna make a main function down here. Boot that on over. Never used. Fine. Oh wait, no, that needs to be in here. Okay. So we have the function that works. Now we need to figure out how to do this portion of it, which about the distance that they want, yeah? Yeah, because it's equidistance. This is supposed to be what it looks like. It's interesting little thing. I should write that down. Because in what is it? With the MIT stuff, they didn't show us this. They showed us the case of, right, where it's like, well, the amount of space is allotted equals X amount, and then you just subtract the length of what you already have by that, and then you fill in the rest with the thing. So then in this one, oh, actually, we have an issue. We didn't apply an ID number to the name one. So it's never gonna get old. Oh, well, actually, no, it's fine because it'll just be print. I guess that means we don't need this in the dictionaries then. Oh, wait, it was because I couldn't figure out how to get this to work. Let's see. I think we have to go up here and establish in names. On here, be like names one equals name. And if we do that, this should work. Oh. Oh, I guess it's because I need to do one instead then. Right. I'll have to make it where if the value or like if the key equals one, ignore that for all of this, right? This is unnecessary because it'll never be in there. These are pulling from the files, so and the file's never gonna have that added. Because the issue is down here in extra points. We're gonna run into the first problem. 62. If ID and students. Ready? Oh no, 111. Unsupported format string. Oh wait, no, we have to use these. Got you, got you. Slowly piecing it together. Slowly but surely. What we need to do is we take this, right? And then instead of continue, we just replace this. One oh nine. Oh. No, it's still not working with this. Why not? Didn't I just put name? Because like it works, right? Like it works whenever I don't put that in, right? It works fine because we got the this out here. Right, so name is equivalent to 1. And these are all strings. The students is fine. Exercise amount. 1 is this. Sam list. Extra points. total points. And then final grade. Ooh. The problem is like fixing that won't, I don't think changes anything. Yeah, it still does the unsupported thing. So in here we will print ID number. Yeah, it goes to 1. When then pulls what should be name, but unsupported format string passed to list.format. Why though? Like, why does it work with one but not the other? Let's see. If we take this out, does it work? Yes, it does. So it works? Oh, it's okay, I understand what's going on. The problem is that we made it a list. Okay, okay, okay. I saw the word list, but I couldn't figure out why, because I was like, well, everything's a list. But no, no, no. I understand now. I understand now. There we go. There we go. Yay. Okay. So with this, because like the point is, if I don't do this, I'd have to manually type the code out the whole way, and like that's just inefficient as fuck. Like that just defeats the whole purpose. Like, why am I gonna do that when I can just make it do it itself? Okay. Oh no, we still have a problem though. Actually, I might have to actually still write it out because numbers and letters work differently. I didn't think about that. Numbers and letters work differently. Now the question is, do numbers in a string work different? Which they might, and some of these are integers, which is not good. Oh, yeah, we got a gun. So we're good for guns for the first gun. Um, I guess we'll find out. Okay, the other one was it was 30 and it was 10. So then what it should be is they want the exercise number next. So extra amount. Extra amount. ID number 10. Okay, what does this do? Yeah, so it doesn't line the numbers up properly. But then the problem is that if I do this, oh, yeah, darn. So yeah, I'll have to. Oh wait, no, it lines up the way it's supposed to. Right, it's supposed to line up with the first digit. Okay, well, that works. Well, we'll see if it works. We have to test the next one. The next one might be a problem, but we'll see. If that works, then sick. If it doesn't work, then shit. If it doesn't work, it means I have to write the top line out completely. So my master plan was would be shit out of luck. Points ID number 10. Hmm. Yeah, see, that's a problem. It's not working the way it's supposed to. Actually, it's just not doing anything to that top row. Oh, maybe they don't need to be spaced out. One, two. Oh, okay, no, yeah, it's working. It's working. It do be working. Long ass fucking string though. Can I split this up? Nope. Gotcha. All right, next. Exam point. Exam points are exam list. Kind of fucked up name was exam for exam points. Melo, what is wrong with you? Yep, that's looking pretty good. After that is total points, which I think I just named total points. Yeah, big brain. And then it's final grade. It works. Here, I'll show you the whole product. That over there, over here, this code prints this out all nice. Got the name, got the names. It's got the exercise number, so the number of exercise completed. Ba, ba, ba. How many points they got for it? Ba, ba, ba. How many points they got on the exam? Ba, ba, ba. How many total points they had for the semester? Ba, ba, ba. And then the grade they got for it. Ba, ba, ba. And yeah, pretty good. It looks cut the shit when I like put it back to like half monitor size. It squishes the list so it doesn't look that. But thumbs up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The amount of white space. 30. And take this. Control A. B. Cut. Control A. Control V. Control S. Bada bing, bada boom. Be finished. Pretty sure. I think. I hope. Yep. Oh, I should have just made functions from the beginning. It's so much nicer. You know what? Whatever I should have just did it. I did it earlier, right? I did it in some of the earlier things where it was like, you don't have to make this a function. And I said, screw you. I'm making functions anyway. I think I'm just going to continue saying that because it's so dumb. Shut up. Get out of my face. I don't know. Taking like, bro, I think if I could get like a beginning job where I'm like looking at code and like figure out like maybe not necessarily figure out what it does, but someone's just like here, turn these into functions, I could probably do that at least for a while. For me, it's so therapeutic to just like I cannot put in words how relaxing it was to take all of that code and then just like turn it into functions. Like incredibly therapeutic. Oh shit, are we gonna die here? Oh shit, we died. Huh. I think I'm gonna waste an elixir on this. I didn't expect that to die because we were doing that so well. This will probably solve the problems once we get it tomorrow. Piece of shit. I have had actually these go to 100 before. I go to the guaranteed. There we go. That should probably solve that problem. Hopefully. I should also check if I left the bow in there. I didn't. All right. Let's see. All right, we got about 6 minutes, so on to the next one. This one is really good. I like this. I like the exercises they do where it's like you're building things, right? Like you're building like the beginning of a function and then they have you add more things to it and then add more things to it because I think it does a really good job of conditioning you to tackle something a piece at a time, right? Like now to be fair, I don't necessarily agree with them being like we're not telling you to use functions, especially in this case because it's a lot nicer. But like being able to go, going like grab this, test that, make sure it does what I want it to do, go to the next thing. Grab this, test that, make sure it does what I want it to do, go to the next thing, like stuff like that. Really nice, really therapeutic little building block uh kind of thought process building exercises. I very much like that because technically the MIT, at least the first problem set we did, right, does the same thing. I think the problem sets in general are more or less built like that. But like just the first one was well, it's mostly just the presentation of it, right? Like the way it's written out for the first one is so convoluted that it annoys me. But yeah. Write a program which asks the user to type in some program should then perform a spell check and print the user so that misspelled words have stars around them. You see the two examples below. The exercise template includes file. Um well about that. Um spell checker. Oh, that's part one. Yeah, someone tells me that I might not have access to that. You want part six? Probably. Yeah, we're on the first part of parts. Yeah, I might not have access to. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to skip that one. Because basically what it's doing is I'm assuming what they do is they provide us like a text of just words and then that are correctly spelled, and then we just check them. Like we just have to write a function that iterates through the string. Probably just turns it into like, just split it by the space, turns it into a list, iterates through the list into a string, to then give what you call it? Give like just spell checks it like against what you have already. But I don't think I have access to that. Yeah, because it says the exercise template includes. Oh, I guess it's because I'm like, yeah, because I'm not like logged in, because I'm kind of just mooching. Okay, so yeah, we'll just skip that one. Recipe search. It's about creating a program which allows the user to search for recipes based on their name, preparation times, or ingredients used. Oh, I really wanted like a program that was kind of like this, or that you could like read and write. Thought about adding that to the list. Just because that program seems pretty easy compared to all the other. Well, it's basically just a smaller meal list one, because she's talking about like a program where she could put in all of the like dishes she wants to make with the amount, like with the food and the amount like that she would need for each, and then the program would return a list of how much of each she would have to buy for grocery shopping that week, which I thought was a really nifty little idea. And this one seems kind of similar, not completely similar because it's giving us a list, but similar enough. Consists of three or more lines. The first line has the name of the recipe. The second line contains an integer. Oh wait, is it individual? That's gonna be kind of sick if that's the case. Let's see. Is creating a program which allows the user to search for recipes based on their name, preparation times, or ingredients. Program should read recipes from a file submitted by the user. Each recipe consists of three or more lines. The first line has the name of the recipe. The second contains an integer representing the preparation time in minutes. And the remaining line or lines contain the ingredients used, one on each line. The recipe ends with an empty line, with the exception of the final recipe in the file, which just ends with the end of the file, so there can be a recipe in a single. Interesting. But it is break time, and since it is break time, we shall take a break, and then we will tackle that in a little bit. Yeah, so the general plan here is probably try to get the wonder maxed today if we can, if possible. And then if we can get the wonder capped today, I think by completing that, we should be able to we should more than likely have enough materials to finish out everything. Well, I think the last gun I needed I got earlier. Also, man, I feel like I've been talking a lot like between yesterday and today. My throat's kind of like killing me. I need to get some cough drops or something. Or see, no, what is it? I think my parents had these like honey lozenges that were pretty good. They're tasty. Might see if they still have any left over to grab. Just grab it like a couple to use. I don't know. I just started feeling a little like sore for really no reason, or no reason in my opinion. But the but yeah. So what I'm hoping is that um the cap the wonder, right? Hopefully. Once we have the wonder capped, check if I need any more weapons. Which right now I don't need another gun. All I really need is one more glove. And then I think between, if I can just get the one last glove I need and capping the wonder, I think I have enough mats to fully uncap and awaken the two that I have and then buy out the shops. To then uncap those for special awakening. Just to have them lying around just in case. I was originally planning on maybe going for 3 guns, which I guess if I get more guns while I'm trying to do that, sure. But I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to farm for it, just because I think uh the only one I found, I think it was Mugen. I thought that it was for Hexa, but it wasn't. It was for Mugen. Was a relic buster setup, but after looking at it, I came to realize it was a bit older than the other ones. Because it was the no Yatama summon setup, right? Where it uses an attack awakened main hand with 2 specialty awakened in the grid. Yeah, with the Cosmos and the Tough Nuts, and then I was like, oh wait, that's an old, definitely an old grid. Yeah. So then I just decided I'm just gonna get the 2, and then if someone finds another gun setup where you want more, then I'll just be like, oh well, shit, too bad. Too bad. So sad. I cry. Yeah. Like I should have guessed because the Yadama summon one is the 5 gun setup. But yeah. So I'm just gonna ignore that, honestly. The only thing I don't know is uh because it doesn't specify, because usually they specify right in the wiki when they have an evoker that's uncapped, whether it's like required or not, or at the very least 4th skill required, which uh in this case it doesn't say no for Haas, so I'm assuming it wants Haas for full limit break. Oh, main Pekko, no Haas, Rise, slabs in corner. Because I was thinking of trying the well, I wouldn't be able to fully try it because I don't have 3 defense awakened katanas, and I don't think like I do plan on getting 1 more defense awakened katana, but I don't plan on getting fucking 2 of them. That's insane. Uh, they have the Omnyoji team, right? That's using dragon character sack for Haas and the Anne in the front line, where where it takes like dagger main hand, like Leviathan dagger main hand, 2 Oberon fist, Leviathan dagger, uh Glacial Militus, which I'll have to farm for, Funfu stick, which I'll just use my Cosmos axe. Also, but it also, and then it uses the Whamdus axe with 3 Diaspora katanas, even though they're all defense awakened. And then I have to figure out something for the additional weapons, because all I have is a dagger and a sword for Baja weapons, and I really don't feel like making the gun because I'm lazy. I do need to make an Ultima stuff. I plan on doing that when I get enough folio pages for to get that like 5-star uncap for Ultima kit. But I think I can farm everything else just fine. I think that's just the only one that it's super Baja that I just don't feel like dealing with if I don't have to because I'm lazy. Yeah, because either that, I guess like I had to do a paladin setup, but the paladin setup wants 1 more defense katana, which was the reason I was going for it. Well, the paladin setup was the one that had the setup that I was looking at that uses the 2 Diaspora fists defense awakened, but it wants 4 daggers and I only have 2 of them, so I won't be able to do that. So I was thinking about going for the 4 Oberon 2 Katana setup instead. Because I do have the Tefnet staff, and I'm pretty sure I have enough anima to like awaken it and everything. Though I really don't think it would do me much good because I don't have the Fun Fu staff. I think it'd be better off just running the Oberon fist maybe. It's just I don't have Europa. I don't know if I could still do the like using Dragon instead of Europa. I guess I could use Gabriel. Gabriel's using the Mana Diver full auto. But then again, that also uses the Lily's weapon main hand, which I'm assuming has, yeah, defensive Ogi on top of the lesson fire damage. Actually, that Mana Diver setup looks annoying. Never mind. Not running that Mana Diver set. I was like, maybe Mana Diver, and then I looked at it and it's like fully uncapped Gabriel Dagger. I don't feel like using my Dama bars on that. Mark II Diaspora Fist. I don't feel like doing that right now. And then the upgraded Draconic weapon. I was just like, no, I'm good. I'll pass on that. Oh, there's the old Kenga grid. That's actually an option. Yeah, with Vajra Wamdis. Speaking, oh, that one's definitely old as shit though, because it doesn't even have a Leviathan leveled up, like Transcended. But it's also the 4 fists with 2 defense katanas set up. Probably just use. Do I have my? I need to check if my water opus is fully uncapped after this. I think it is. Get out of the way. Move. Be gone. Uh, I think it is. It should be, right? Yeah, it is. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I hate doing the Revan fights. I really do. I'm so tired of the. I mean, the DS bar isn't even too bad, just because. Well, I have a pretty good team to deal with it, but like Siete, like I cannot put in words how much I hate that fight. Maybe it'll be better now, but I can't put into words. Why they even say to get a copy of each awakening for weapons when outside of the Mugen setup? Literally never see anyone never use special any of the other weapons. It's only been main hand attack awakening. They say it because it's like a way to save themselves, right? It's like a catch-all because it's the same case, right? Where it's like you never know when something stupid's gonna pop up with an interaction with a future weapon like grid piece. So it's better off like if you because like realistically speaking, if you're someone who's going to follow that grid like setup, you're probably gonna be someone who ends up farming it enough to have multiple copies of the weapon anyway. So they go like, well, you're gonna have multiple copies of the weapon anyway. You may as well just keep a couple extra and work with that. Work with what you got, kind of deal. So like I understand it. It's because it's mostly just a better safe than sorry. That's third skill slot to be empty. Joke's on you. That third skill slot is why I have the second fire uncapped item for Fa. I use that to farm to get the apocalypse tears I needed to get the pendulum for it. That thing has been uncapped with no no third skill for a while. I was like, ooh, embarrassing. But yeah, it's mostly just like a just in case thing. Because they've been saying that like forever for almost every weapon that has awakening, unless it's like a complete dogshit weapon. But even then, like for instance, Raw. I remember Raw's weapons. It was basically like people were just like, yeah, they're there. Sure, I guess if you need an axe for wind, sure. And then I think it's the Revan raids. I don't remember. I know there was like a high level raid where people were using raw pieces like in the grid. Yeah, main hand for Lucha. Funk's just using its class weapon. I remember seeing an axe one, but I don't think that grids. I think it was Viking. Necromancer. Right, I wanted an ultimate mastery Necromancer just for shenanigans. To be fair, I do think I have a. I think it's even worse. I think I have an Opus weapon where the second skill slot is empty. I think it's Earth. I think my Earth Harp just doesn't have a second skill. It's just there, existing, living its best life, as Zilla would say. It's just living his best life, you know, living la vida loca. No biggie, no biggie. Just sitting there, absolutely useless. Yeah, because I think it was in this grid where when I was trying to do the grid for the level 80 one turn, I was like, I like clicked the power, and I'm pretty sure the Earth Harp just didn't have anything on the second skill. So I was like, what the fuck? Where's my bow? Where's my bow? So this takes a file name, this is recipes, and a search string as its arguments, which function the function should go through the file, select all recipes whose name contains the given search string. Names of these recipes are then returned in a list. As you can see, the example above, the case of the letters is irrelevant. The search term cake returns. The latter is capitalized. Yeah, but I think it's because I have to tell it to. It's just telling me to just use the lower function. Yeah, no, we'll do. Oh, I need to. No, I need to open that file again. We're not done with this one. I need to finish writing out the doc strings. I refuse to not to like leave these unfinished. ID from students. Maybe. I just want to get in like a habit of doing this. It seems a little. It's definitely like this kind of stuff seems a little redundant when you're doing like these types of things, right? Because you already have a clear cut picture. But getting in the habit of doing these on the exercises. Well, to be honest, at first I wasn't right because I think I mentioned it before. I was like, yeah, they keep talking about making doc strings and making comments, but I don't know what to do because it's already like explained out for you. Doing the side projects really kind of like helped the thought process on that, the thought decisions on how that works. So honestly, like whoever, because the reason I even had side projects was because I'd read that they were just like, look, it's great to follow a course and a tutorial, but like do something you want to do on the side, like alongside it to reinforce what you're learning. And I don't remember I read that. I don't remember if I saw it on Reddit. I don't remember if I saw it on Stack Overflow. I don't remember if I just was reading a random article about it. Like all I remember was reading that and being like, oh, okay. Like, because to me that sounded fun. Because I feel like half the reason, like, to stay motivated in coding if you're not taking like an actual course, it's because you want to make things, and I like making things. Honestly, like it's there's a reason I like growing up. I built Lego kits. I built model stuff. I have like a Warhammer like fantasy lizardman army in a box somewhere in fucking storage. I like building things. Like it's fun to me, and I like learning how things work. So coding kind of like scratches both of those itches. Okay, students of the dictionary excerpt. So, but it's kind of funny because so the exercise is for the next exercise, it's looking through the recipes, right? And my mom was going to make. She's got this like recipe for white chicken chili that she likes to use, and she made some. She made chicken, and then she planned to make the white chicken chili because she's also gonna make like chicken gnocchi, and and the chicken was cooked like I'm pretty sure before the first stream because she usually gets started on stuff like that early, like before I'm even like up. But I went down after the stream, right, to go see if she did it. For some reason, I had a feeling she didn't do it, but I thought it might have just been because she's tired because she's dealing with a bunch with the like getting all the paperwork and stuff for the housing and all that stuff. Uh, and I go up and I'm like, what happened with the chicken just to see if she's all right. And she's like, oh yeah, I didn't know where the recipe was. Like she didn't know where she had placed it. She's like, it's not in where I had it and all this other stuff. And I was like, and she's like, I'll just look for it in the morning. And I was like, okay, because usually by around like 8 p.m. she's kind of like tapped out. Honestly, to be fair, my mom's always been a morning person. So as she's gotten older, it's like she gets all of her shit done in the morning, and then she's like dead for the rest of the day for the most part. Um, so I walk back downstairs and I go to the kitchen. And in my head, I was like, I'll just glance around in case I see it because, sometimes it might be somewhere. And I see this little like index card, like notebook thing, the ones where it's like the rings are vertical and you like flip them up, but they're like index sized. And I saw like this multicolored index card poking out of the side. And I was like, those are the ones she usually uses for recipes. I grab it and I flip it open and there's a card in the front. And I'm like, that's not the one. And so I like flipped that out of the way. And the very next card, which was the one that had been poking out, was the recipe she was looking for. So I like wandered back upstairs. I was like, I wandered back upstairs holding it like hand first. And she's like, it's not in there. And then as I like very dramatically start flipping through the cards to get to it, because to be fair, I had cinched it back. So I didn't have like a quick spot to grab it anyway. She's like, wait, is it in there? And I look over and I take off the first one because I already know that one's not it. And I show her the other one. She's like, wait, what was that one? I showed her the other one. She's like, oh, wait, that one was that's what I cooked like last week. I was like, yeah, you put it on top of the thing. Apparently she flipped through it. But what I'm assuming happened is that the way she flipped through it caused the index card to like fall forward before she could see it. Because when I like flipped through it like quickly through one, like in one way, I noticed it did that where it just like instantly flipped forward. And the back, like the front of the card has like different, like very opaque purple lines on it. Like every other line is like opaque purple, but the back is just complete white. So like I could see how you could miss it. Because honestly, like if I didn't know that was the card, and I flipped through it, I would have missed it. I would have been like, yeah, like it makes sense with everything else going on, like in her brain with all this stuff going on. It's a very easy miss. I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny because usually when she loses a recipe or something, I'm usually the one that stumbles across it, and sometimes it's like 2 seconds later, it's like, oh hey, here you go. She's like, where'd you find it? I was like, it's over there. To be fair, it's like turnabout is fair play. That was like my entire childhood. Like, did you look for the thing? I looked for it. I looked for hours. I didn't find it. And then the classic Hispanic household. Well, I'm gonna go look for it. You better hope I don't find it. And then, you know, she goes into your room and looks for it, and you're just like, oh shit, did I look for it for real? And you start thinking, like, could it have been over there? It's like, shit, where is it? And then she's like, 5 seconds later, she comes out with it and just like, That's just like, I'm just like, you had it. You know, you're just like, you had it. You're trying to hold me down. You kept it from me. You hit it. And then you pull it out just to make you seem better. And then, you know, you just get bonked upside the head with whatever it was they were finding. Good times, good times. All right. Students dictionary. Excerpt points is a dictionary. Example. This is a dictionary. Dictionary. Students. Dictionary. Dictionary. Oops. It's not. I started just reading from the top and like I'm not too bad of a typer when I'm like reading and typing because I took computer classes in high school where it was 2 semesters. I took like the basic course and then the advanced course, which was graphic design. But in graphic design, we still had to take the typing test, the actual graded test, and I was usually pretty good at those. And the value is the grade based. And then it's just the main body. To be honest, I should probably just turn this into a function. Realistically speaking. I just make it just return that. But I mean, then it would leave this like, well, it's not completely empty, right? It's calling like 6 different functions. So it's doing its thing. I will say I'm debating whether I should. Well, no, I think I'll probably just stream Grand Blue tomorrow night. It's just I've been playing a bit of Torchlight Infinite on the side because Torchlight Infinite, as much as people like have gripes about it, and to be fair, it's not a perfect game. It's been really nice because I've just been able to jump in and uh like I'll be able to spend like 10, 15 minutes just run a couple maps and speed through because the maps are so small. And still and just do a little bit. I need to try to like do more though because there's an event going on for I think it's Lunar New Year, yeah? Yeah, like it's. Well, I mean, it hasn't started yet, but it's like around the time. But I think what is it? Guild Wars 2 is also gonna have Dragon Bash birthday. Because Dragon Bash is the guild. And that's one where when that comes, I'm probably gonna be streaming a little bit of Guild Wars 2 again, just to just to do it. Because Dragon Bash has some pretty nice little skins that I've seen people have that I want. Okay, so this one needs to be with file name as I can't really call it recipes because it's gonna iterate through every single line. Um, with open file name as call it strings. No, we'll call it recipes. Yeah, recipes for recipe. Not file name. Match recipe. And I don't think this is actually gonna work, to be honest. Um, lower. What I'm expecting is for this to return one thing or nothing, honestly. Yeah, okay. Um, message file the recipes.txt. Are we in the right folder? We're in writing file, so we're in the right folder. Oh, what did I name it? Did I not make it plural? I might have not made it plural. I know it's a side project. Writing file. No, okay, yeah, I didn't make it plural. Yeah, okay, return to none. So return this into items. Uh, and items. Uh, okay, so it doesn't work with that. They even suggested using the pop. Best first read through all the lines in the file, pop them to the list. Is then easier to manipulate. Ooh, I also forgot to replace all that. And equals the, yeah, I forgot about that. Right. Uh, yeah, so it's still not. Oh, well, I haven't told it to return anything. Forgot about that. Mellow. You were just mildly impressive with your typing, and now you can't even spell the word return. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? Like Grand Blue brain rot setting in? Yeah, no, it just returns an empty line, an empty list. I guess that's why it says to. Oh, okay. So it uses the pop command, which you don't really care about that. We turn that into a list. We turn this into one lines, items dot lower. Hmm. I thought pop pops it out as a string though. Oh wait, no, it's doing the list. Where does the string? Item should be a string. Is that not? Yeah, bring lower. Oops. Oh wait, it's wait. Why is that printing the memory? Shouldn't item be like you should be able to save the pop to a value, no? Oh wait, it's because I don't have the thing. All right, never mind. Right, this should work, right? Yeah, okay, that does work. From empty list. Oh, okay. So with the lines, we do the split if not equal empty list. Make it do. Yeah, so that way we get everything. So then here, all that works. And here, why the hell did it append an empty list to my list? What do you mean? What is it doing? It's trolling me, bro. You're a sham. Uh, oh, Oh, it's because this doesn't need to be under it. Okay, I understand. I understand it. No, why is it only still going to pancakes? Because like if I put the print items up here, it goes through everything, right? Pancakes, pancakes, but then at 15, like it doesn't go past that. I also don't know why it's appending. Oh, it's because item. Yeah, so we get pancakes. So pancakes works. Um, but why is it stopping at pancakes? That's what I don't know. Because it's obviously going through, right? Because in here, it's because like what I'm assuming this should do. All right, what it should do is it should go through the different like the each individual line in the file, right? Then what it should do is it'll split it, thus turning it into a list. If the lines doesn't equal an empty list because there's going to be spaces in between each one, which will be an empty list, it will pop the it'll pop the list into like a string, so it turns it into a string. And then if word is lower is in item lower, it should pick it up. But I just realized it is pancakes, meatballs. Did they not put the damn word in there? Oh no, this was a cake pop. Sorry, where's tofu? Oh, it's skipping things. It's either skipping things or I saved things incorrectly, one of the two. Let's make sure it's not me before I start yelling at the yelling at the thing. Uh, I've already made a fool of myself like 3 times where I've gone on a tangent of ready to calling it multiple words and then realized that it wasn't because of the it wasn't them, it was me. Okay, tofu rolls, cake pops. Hmm. Okay, I just realized I saw tofu. Yeah, so it's for some reason it makes it to meatballs. Let's see, it goes pancakes 15, milk, eggs, flour, sugar, salt, butter. And it goes meatballs 45, mince, eggs, bread roll, breadcrumbs. But then for some reason tofu gets chopped out. And then down here, yeah, this is supposed to be cake pops, but cake gets chopped off. But I thought the split was supposed to not get rid of space in between words. Yeah, I had a feeling that wasn't gonna play nice. What was it? Oh, I love you spell it correctly. Okay, this time it works through that. Hmm? Why is it giving me an indentation error? Oh, because of this one. Okay. I didn't need to do all of this. Fucking stupid exercise. At the very least, for this specific one, we didn't need to pop anything. Read through all the lines and pop them into a list. It is easier to manipulate in the way described in the exercise. My ass. How is popping it easier than doing this? Yeah, it's so misleading. I really don't like how. I don't know if it's because I can't recall if any of the previous I didn't notice it. Oh, another gun. This way we might be getting like 6 guns. So we might be bringing it back. We might be bringing that old water grid back just for shits and giggles. Probably not. I ain't that crazy. Uh, it annoys me whenever they say in an exercise, let's see, what's their wording? Then let's see, whose names contains given search sample function, blah blah blah. Case the case of the letters is irrelevant. What that actually means is that at some point in it, you need to put this, because I'm pretty sure if I don't do this, it returns an empty list. It returns pancakes, because in pancakes, the C is lowercase. But it's supposed to bring in every instance that has the word cake in it. So it annoys me, this wording they choose, because it's technically not true. Like, it's technically not true. Because in Python, uh uh the case is it's a case sensitive. And I think like all the languages are case sensitive. Or at least like I'm pretty sure C# is also case sensitive. So saying that the case is irrelevant, I think is extremely misleading for a course that's designed for people who don't do programming, right? Because because I'm still in the introduction to programming part. We haven't even gotten to the advanced part. I have to see what the wording is down there. Because like they're like, well, the case is irrelevant, but we want you to return. We want you to make something that picks up every time the wording is so bad. Because to me, when I read something that's like, as someone who as someone who's only been doing this for like 2 months, right? So like, say you're someone who started out, because to be honest, like this, I'm 2 months in with this one, and that's because I spent like the first month just doing the MIT one, and then I found this one. So this one, I would have gotten to this by the first month, and it would have been like, I would have been tripped up, because I'd been like, what do you mean irrelevant? Like it's not doing what you want me to do. And it's just like, I think the wording needs to be changed. I think the wording, like, again, I don't know, I can't recall if there's an earlier thing, but they'll put 20 billion times like, note if Visual Studio can't find the file you have checked, or they'll give you some hint like, what is it? Hint. It might be best to first read through all the lines in the file and pop them into a list, which is then easier to manipulate in the way described in the exercise. I don't know about exercises after, but seems pretty easy, straightforward to me, right? Where you just run a piece of code that we've already been taught, which turns all of this into strings. Takes out all the unnecessary stuff that would cause issues, and then checks against the lower. You forcibly lower both things, and then you check it, and then you just append the word to it. But like, I don't know how they would write it, because to be honest, I'm not like really good at writing things. But they like, the more accurate thing is that it shouldn't be that the case of the letters is irrelevant. It should be that uh like, it's just I can't think of a way to simply write it, like, just without being like, you just need to explain, right? Like, or at this point, you just need to not explain. It should just be like, it should literally just be like, should return terms uh regardless of the case type compared to what's being searched for, right? Because the flip side is that if I did cake with a capital C and I didn't have this, it shouldn't pick up pancakes. It should only bring cake pops. Because it's a case sensitive language. It's just how it works. I think saying that case is irrelevant is just really misleading. Not necessarily misleading, but I think it's a very confusing way to say it. Like, I think you should just say, as you can see in the example above, it should return the word regardless of the casing or whatever. Even though I thought it was supposed to return a list. Takes file name and a search string as its arguments. The function should go through the file and select all recipes this name contains the given search string. The name of these recipes are then returned in a list. That sample output doesn't look like a list to me. Don't look like a list to me. Anyway, moving on. Minor gripe out of the way. Get off my soapbox. I don't know. It's just that it's happened so often now that it's kind of it's kind of annoying me because, like, for instance, my brain has immediately gone when I see that it just knows to make it compare lower cases. What it takes is, like, it understands what it actually wants. What they're saying is that they want you to make sure that your code doesn't care if what it's checking has, like, the casing of it. Like, write your code in a way that you will return the original name, right? So for cake pops, it'll show you as it's like properly written with a capital C, and that it'll still check against even if the user puts in a lowercase c, and vice versa, right? So, like, if in this case, if I put an uppercase C, a capital C, it'll still pull pancakes because the way my code's written is that regardless of what you type in, you could type this in all caps and it's going to pull both, because what this does is it just forcibly, like, it makes Python look at this word in all lowercase and then compares it to this word in all lowercase, goes, do these match? If yes, append. If no, carry on. So, like, there's a, it'd be a bit more uh of a robust sentence. Like, you wouldn't be able to make like a single sentence, but there's definitely better ways to put that. So yeah, I don't know. Just a little gripe on how they write things. And that, at least in that particular instance, there hasn't been very many instances so far where something like that I've been like, it's been kind of misleading. Some of their hints are a little misleading sometimes. Like the pop one honestly made me waste time because I was trying to make the pop thing work when this was a lot easier. There might be one down the line that's like better for it, but probably not. Oh wait, it's because, oh, I missed the example of the call that they wanted. Gotcha. It does get returned in the list. It's just I missed the extra function, which is just, I just need to make a print function for it. So, like, for instance, it would be print recipes, uh, found recipes, found recipes, list, just a list, print recipe. And then for here, it would just be for recipe, found recipes, print recipe. And we go down here, we do found recipes equals this. Then we print recipes, found recipes, sent over. And that's how they want it printed. And then we'll just expand on this depending on what they want. Right. So based on preparation time, I'll just write an if statement in here for if it doesn't equal none, then print this instead. It'd be easier. I just made it into a dictionary, but that's what it is. Search. Wait, can I return it in the dictionary? Oh, this one's actually probably gonna have to be uh what should we call it? This one's actually gonna be a little bit more complicated. This one I'm gonna have to tell it to find. Oh, I don't actually know how that'll work. I'll have to test that. What this one will probably have to do is I'll probably have to. I'll probably have to find. Uh. I need it to iterate through the list until it hits a blank, and then from there. It's like I'm only gonna be able to make it in context for this specific exercise. I won't be able to make it as general as I generally want. Because it'll be kind of similar to this, where it'll check for 15. Prep time is supposed to be an integer. They can kiss my ass. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna make it something else. Um, sorry, I just get fed up with some of these exercises, and it's like almost midnight, and like I could feel like when I hit the 11:30, I felt my brain take a nosedive. But I'm probably just gonna have it search the string. It's supposed to be an integer. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Well, I guess like it'll still be an integer. I'll just cast it as a string when I check it. Just be easier. So this is and then prep time. Oh, this one just prep time one. So we'll do file name, text file, prep time, int. Oh, and we're done. On the final break for the night, which we'll probably just do some Grand Blue. Actually, I think about it. I don't think I put study break up earlier. Let's see. Save this as recipe search. So this will be Monday me's problem. The previous one was going to be Monday's me problem, but then I decided, like, I took a stock of my mental capacities and went, am my brain ready to sit and listen to an MIT lecture for however long it's going to be and not like doze off, pass out, etc.? The answer was no. So I needed something a little bit more brain engaging, which was, I was like, I'll just go back and try to figure out what's going on there. And I knew I would enjoy, converting it into functions. I don't know why. There's something about just converting, whatchamacallit. There's just something about like making things into functions that I really enjoy. I don't know. It's like I said earlier, it's a bit therapeutic, honestly. like I just have a like for me it's fun. Like I like looking at something and then figuring out like the functions and then making the functions like fit together because it feels like I'm building like a Lego kit. So it becomes very enjoyable for me. And like I knew that even if I was brain dead, I was still going to at least enjoy the process of turning it into functions because it was twofold, right? Like not only was creating the functions therapeutic, it would also allow me to like mess around with it and check like what was up with it to make it better. And that together just was a win-win, right? Like it was gonna be fun. I was gonna re what we call it, reacquaint myself with what I wrote. Actually, we're gonna. I don't think I've done 175. Ah, no, I'll do 175 later. I'm too lazy because I think I might have to actually manual 175. But I was gonna reacquaint myself with the code, with the functions. I was gonna be able to like piece it back together and then test what was the thing. Ended up being that the solution, it's kind of been for the most part, has been whenever I like my code when it goes from functioning to not functioning, it's usually been specifically because there's either I forgot to update something or I mistyped something, right? Like we spent an hour the other day with me losing my absolute mind only to realize that it was because I capitalized a single L. So when it was checking against itself, it wasn't working because again, case sensitive. To be fair, I could have fixed it uh by just doing what I did in this one, right? Where I was just I did lower to lower because that was the reason I was kind of annoyed was because that was another one where it was like, oh, case is irrelevant. It's like case is irrelevant, my ass, right? You can kiss my left cheek. Like there ain't no way. So basically, I now understand. I understand that if it says case is irrelevant, just use lower comparisons. I knew all of them personally, but that's just because you like using Kengo manual. Really interesting. I guess you like lining things up. Is the case like lining up the one with the triple strikers? I'm assuming. I don't know. For me, it's just it's mostly because I do it while I'm doing something else, right? Which in this case is studying. Like if it was yesterday, I probably would have manualed it, but yesterday I wanted to just get the weapon grind out of the way for the most part. Because I actually thoroughly enjoyed manualing the Paragon fight, surprisingly enough. Because manualing Diaspora makes me go, I want to pull out of this. But the Paragon fight was actually really fun to manual. The only thing I hated about the Paragon fight was the last host I did. What like he just kept being like 1.5 million plane damage, 1.5 million plane damage, 1.5 million plane damage. I was like, how about you 1.5 mil D's? Like I hit him with the Degeneration X maneuver. Like, come on now, you got another trigger in there. Because in Diaspora, it was kind of annoying to have the what you call it, the 40 hit trigger, but since I swapped to Alex, I have like two times I can like skip it and just not worry about it because I just use her skill 2 on the first one and then I use her skill 1 on the next one and then usually on the third one I'll get the debuff one. But so far it's been working pretty good for me where I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about what you call it. I haven't had to worry about the petrify debuff, so it's been pretty good. And my Diaspora is now like I can get it done within 11 turns. 12 turns if I forget to turn Alex's skill 4 on when I'm supposed to. I lose a little bit of damage there. But it doesn't take me the like 15, 16 plus turns that it used to, which is really nice. The only reason I don't full auto it is just because I don't want to deal with the debuff one. I did see a full auto Omnioji. I'm just why'd they have to name it that, bro? It's such a mouthful for me. Uh, I know why they named it that, but it's like, can we get a different name for for that class? I don't feel like I'm massacring a language. But yeah, I saw a video for that using the like Magna with the Vohu dagger, which is really interesting. But yeah. I don't know, which is kind of interesting considering how I think my Earth grid is my weakest grid again. I don't know why it happens. It always happens. Earth for me tends to be like it tends to go from like I'll always get like upgrades I need for everything else, and Earth will take forever, and then all of a sudden I'll get like all the Earth upgrades, and then my Earth teams are really strong again because I have a good number of the strong Earth characters. So especially now, bro. Now I just want to be free from Kame so I can do like full primal Medusa. I really want to see like Medusa full power because I haven't been able to because since I'm not free from Kame grids because I don't have two Yugu swords. I really want to use. I think what is it? Wind. I think has it. Where his Magna grid for Earth is. I think it's like two swords, two Siegfried axes. I was like, I really want to use that one. Lighting up one with triple strike occasionally. Sometimes just hitting one bites off to fill up 200 to enable another full sailor like using pandemonium. More. You can click it first to make this go one or the other instance. Button. Ah, fair. Yeah, kind of like just make the wheels that spin good just spin gooder, like spin better. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I don't know. For me, like, funnily enough, I think the only class I like clicking the skills is Viking. Personally, Viking and Glorybringer. I don't know. There's something about clicking Glorybringer skills that bring me joy. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why specifically. He's just gonna murder my team. They're holding off for dear life. I believe in you. This might be another failed run. That definitely is not going to do 15% of his HP. Pretty sure. Not with MC barely shaving off 3. Having a visual effect and making the sword glow. Yeah, it has to be that because it's like you click it and you turn your swordmaster into a fucking like Jedi. Fucking lightsaber. It's just like come at me. It has to be like it's I don't know. It's so satisfying. Probably one of the most satisfying to play. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm just like Glorybringer works. Let me at him because it's just I don't know. It's just fun. It's a fun class to mess around with. And then I think Viking is just because you're just like, oh baby, we gonna do some damage. By clicking those buttons all together at the same time. But it's nice. I think Necromancer might end up being like that too. I don't know though. I haven't used it yet. I forget I need the ultimate master. I need to revisit the ultimate mastery portion of the Grand Blue list of Notepad. I'll do that tomorrow though. I have to try to remember to do that tomorrow. We'll revisit the list. I need to update the ultimate mastery portion of it. Okay then. That is going to be it for the night stream though. We got a good amount done. Working on to the next one. Tomorrow during the day is side project. Tonight or tomorrow night will be more Grand Blue. It'll probably be trying to. It probably won't be trying to like farm all of this out. Like I'll probably just full auto it throughout the day and over the weekend and stuff. But we'll definitely be like Arcarum boxing or Arcarum farming again just to get more Frau progress. Well, we're gonna go say hi to the Rinster. Got a little dono-thon going. Playing the I think right now she's playing Valorant. But we're just gonna go say hello. Sure, she'd appreciate y'all saying hi. I'd appreciate it. Rinster's good people. Always very chill. Does art, does doodles, does lots of things. But thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. It was our nephew. Have a good day. It was our nephew. Have yourself. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. See you again in the next one. Oh, bye bye.